Hello everyone, it's Edge here today for CTC, and today we're looking into Ethereum and its Elite Wave possibilities. So let's start here on 4 hour time frame, as we haven't taken a look at the macro for quite some time. And again, this is not the furthest out macro, but some kind of a medium time frame analysis to set us straight with the structures from November 2022. Since then, again, we had a few different options. Again, the main idea has been that we have had this as a 5-way structure. Now, whether it's a wave A or a wave 1 does not really matter at this point. The main idea is still that we have started or have a possibility of something as a start here for a 5-way move, or as a 5-way move. Then we have a 3-way move back, and then we'd be looking for a partner leg for whatever this is, or a continuation of a higher degree trend. Now, 1-to-1 here is around $2,036, while the 0.618, which we have already hit, is around 1781. Now, if we are just zooming out here, we can see that we have this bearish divergence has been formed for quite some time, all the way from these highs around the January or half of the January, and then again pivot here at half of February, and here again half of March, and now here early April. Now again, higher highs on price and lower highs on RSI is giving that divergence, meaning that's an indication that a loss of momentum is present and that the price might take a swing to the other side at some point. So what do we have here as a possibility for a C wave is that, again, we had this as a 5-way move up into these highs. That has been discussed previously already, and then we had a potential 3-way pullback. Now at that point, again, if we are looking at this, we could be looking at, let's ignore this for a moment, this counts, but we could be looking for, let's actually just hide that whole thing. We could be looking at this as a wave 1, 2. And again, as we are looking for a 5-way move here for that C wave, we could be looking for some kind of a diagonal here to be played at. Again, this is not the easiest way to label this, because again, this is in 5 waves. This means that it is indeed a start of something, and it can't be an ending diagonal. Ending diagonals are always a 3-way structure. So what we would have to do for this scenario, if we want to be playing with the diagonal possibility, is that instead of being a wave 2 here, we would have this as an ABC into these highs. Again, at this point, again, we are very close to the 0.618 here, which is the maximum, the minimum that we can have for a ABC structure, at least for me, to have any kind of proportions on it. So again, that would be the wave 1. At that point, again, we would have to come down for a wave 2, then wave 3. At this point, again, we had a very much more clear 3-way structure here than we did in this start. So again, this has the indication that, again, if we want to be having a multi-way structure climbing upwards, this would have to be part of that diagonal. So we would have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Again, this can come deeper, but it does not need to. This wave 4, so overall what we would be having is this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we would be very close, or getting very much more closer to the end of this whole thing, very much sooner. So again, that would be that. Now, as we established these highs here, we are now testing that whole area as a support area. Now, there is definitely ways to look at this as a area of liquidity, as we have created lows here and another lows, but we have not yet taken out the previous highs as a potential area of, again, more liquidity. Now, in terms of that, I would want to be bullish only if we take out these highs, and then we would be looking for a pullback. At this point, there is a chance that this whole thing here is some kind of 5-way move already. We did have some kind of divergence here, so there is a chance that we would be creating a 3-way pullback in here with this kind of structure. At this point, I don't really consider this to be the best area to say that, okay, we have already completed wave 2, just based on the time element here. The 23.6 should be already be tagged, but again, we can see more clearly on smaller time frames that it didn't. So that's why I'm expecting one more low here before at least some kind of continuation upwards, if this count is to be true and holding. Where do I expect this to come down to is at least taking out these lows, but again, more preferably taking out or getting towards the 1-to-1 area. Now that is an area where we have more volume as well, if we can see this structure over here. So again, this large consolidation should be offering some kind of support. Now previous lows, or these lows here that we had today morning, are again at same height as these highs over here, which I think is part of that, some kind of B wave here for that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to me, I think that we should be doing something more like to that. And if we are looking at the retracement here, we can see that we are pretty close to the golden pocket as well with the 1-to-1. Not very, or not exactly. So there is of course a chance that we are just doing this, taking out this liquidity over here, which would bring this, where is it? This up here a bit higher, in which again we would be getting this 1-to-1 at that point lower. Oh, sorry, brought up to towards the more golden pocket area. This is another way of looking at it. Whether we are going to be taking out these highs first, I would be potentially looking for short setups here. And if we again take out these lows here, I would be potentially looking for long setups up in here. And again, the long setups is the more main count at this point locally as well. So keep that in mind if you're looking for the shorts. Now, what else did we have was again this possibility of having this as a far wave going up. We had this possibility here where this was some kind of an ABC up. Now, the 1.6 minute retracement of this move here is the maximum we allow B wave to go. If the price goes beyond the 1980 area, then this whole idea is completely wrong and is gone. At this point, it is still possible where we have this as some kind of three-way structure, and then we would have some kind of three-wave, either again similarly to the other more impulsive count where this B wave is here, or we would have it here and have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to give some kind of diagonal in here already, or just have the B wave in here and have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, create something like that. Is as again another possibility. But again, if we go beyond the 1.6 minutes, then I would not really care about this count anymore. How does this fit into the higher time frame is very similar to the other count, in which again at this point the B wave here would actually not be done yet, but instead it would be done here, where we would have this as an A and a three-way pullback here into that wave B, and then we would be looking for that C wave. So those are the two main ideas that I currently have for ETH. And again, I am somewhat looking for some kind of down move here very shortly, a bit larger of a down move, so we can again separate and get some kind of cool down before the potential next wave up. Of course, it is possible that this C wave is coming down to here, so that's why I do like the idea that we are looking down on the shorter time frame to cool down before again potential higher time frame moves. At this point again, if this indeed is the last areas for that ABC, there is a chance that we would be doing something like this before getting that last leg in to bring the price up like so. And at this point again, if we do that, and if we take out these lows, then we can certainly say that this is not the start of something impulsive or motive, but instead this is going to be a three-way structure like so. And again, what comes after a three-way structure is a continuation of that previous higher time frame trend, which is again to the downside. Again, scary times, but again, there is definitely ways of price to be doing what it wants, and definitely different scenarios out there. So we don't need to be worried too much. We just play the local scenarios and see how the higher time frame develops as the price continues to do its thing. But I think that is pretty much all the expectations I have for ETH today. We'll see which one of these is going to be playing out, and trade setups to be coming out in CTC Discord as well later on. But that's going to do it for this time on ETH. Again, check us out on Discord and see if that is something that you want to be paying for and whether you think it is worth your time looking into there as well. But thanks for watching now, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.